You know, when you go to the beach and you stand at the edge of where the waves are coming in, and if you stand there long enough, you can start to feel the waves washing over your feet. And if you're there long enough, what you find is you begin to sink in. You are literally sinking into the sand as a wave comes in, a wave goes out, and you go a little bit deeper into the sand. The waves, the sand are enveloping your feet. Over enough time, if enough waves come and go, pretty soon you're stuck in the sand. Welcome to Everyday, a New Thought. I'm Thor Chalgren. In yesterday's episode, I talked about the Ralph Waldo Emerson quote, where he talked about being an experimenter. He placed a value on having an open mind, looking to the future, not to the past. And as I was thinking about that quote, it reminds me of that experience of being at the ocean, where standing in the ocean waves, I think, is a perfect metaphor for where we can sometimes find ourselves in life. We can stand in one place too long, or one activity, or one way of thinking about ourselves too long. And just like standing there in the sand, pretty soon we're not moving. We get comfortable being in that one place. And honestly, the feeling of the waves coming up and over your feet, it feels good. In that same way, we can get comfortable. We can take things for granted. And while we're standing there, we begin to sink in. Before, we were standing on the top of the sand. We had options. We could move around. We could move down the beach. But now we find ourselves sinking in and we become stuck. Life, which is like those waves, keeps washing over us. And before you know it, you aren't moving. You're sinking. Emerson had another quote in his essay Circles, and it's this: people wish to be settled. Only as far as they are unsettled is there any hope for them. He's saying that our natural inclination is to want to be settled. We want things to be comfortable, familiar. We want to feel that we know how things work and that we know how things will turn out. And what he urges us to consider is only if we're unsettled is there any hope for us. Only if we are willing to not get stuck is there any hope for us. Being unsettled, trying new things, taking chances, not sinking in where you are, those are all ways to be unsettled, to challenge yourself. Is there some place in your life where maybe you've been standing in the sand too long? Is it maybe time to lift your feet out, to pull yourself up, and to walk further down the beach, to become unsettled? Thanks for being with me today. If you liked this episode, please hit like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to the podcast, please consider subscribing to your favorite podcast app. Until tomorrow, thanks for watching.